Alright everyone, so welcome back. Last session, you all spent your first full day on the black waters of the Darklake. You all learned that it would take you some time to reach your destination of Gracklestug, the Duergar city, you could call it. Especially to hear your Duergar guide Hemeth tell it, a rather magnificent city on the other side of the Darklake. So, as you all set out rowing through these passages, Hemeth and Shumshar, your only two guides, you encountered some pretty rough waters a couple of times, barely, narrowly escaping going over the side of a waterfall that was almost noticed too late, to going through a tunnel system, avoiding this waterfall that eventually spits you all out in rapids. These tunnels that you had to go through, the water increasing in speed and just overall dangerousness of its currents bashing you all around. When it spat you all out, it sent the boat flying, and several of you flying as well. As a pair of you went overboard, wading in the water, looking at the boat from the water's angle, a couple of you saw the barnacled, waterlogged claw of a massive troll beginning to pull its way up and out of the water, pulling itself up onto the boat itself rocking towards the creature as it lifts itself up. That is where we pick up today. So, let's roll initiative.
Oh, wait. I actually like where I'm at.
What is the movement to get back on the boat?
Oh god, yeah, we were out of the boat.
Yeah, a pair of you were literally thrown from the boat. So it is difficult terrain, so just half movement whenever you're climbing, swimming, anything like that. It's always half movement. And to get onto the boat itself...
You rolled for us, didn't you? How far away we were.
Yeah. I did indeed. Alright, and as far as getting back up onto the boat, if you have a strength of, I'll say 12 or higher, it will not require any check. If your strength is 12 or low, if your strength is 11 or lower, it will require an athletics check to heave yourself onto the boat.
I skipped a bad day to miss arm day.
Don't worry, the check won't be too difficult.
Hey, look, guys.
I know last time the
our
DM
archers
gave
and
good
melee
advice,
agree.
it was cursed.
Alright, and Becker will be hanging out at the back of the boat once again today. Unfortunately, he did message me and got stuck on his boat once again. He will not be joining us today. Becker will be sidelined for this session. Trazen, what do you do?
Alright, I will swim.
I will swim, as one does.
I will bonus action cast Shillelagh on my club, and I will then cast Chill Touch, because I don't think... Do I have disadvantage on ranged? Water.
If you're swimming, I don't think so.
It's only underwater, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really know. Chill Touch. I can't trip. Pretty necrotic.
Okay, 22 certainly hits. For 3 necrotic. Alright. Okay. It barely seems to notice, Trazen.
Right. Just keep swimming around. Just treading water. Actually, you know what? I can get up. Get up here.
Alright.
I have less than 10, so I need what? Athletics?
Athletics, yes. Trazen, you are able to pull yourself up and out of the boat.
Okay, that's my movement then.
Alright. Trazen is in here twice. Which one is you, Trazen?
15? Wait, I'm there
Is
twice.
everybody in here twice? No, I didn't think so.
No, it must be you. I only see one.
Okay. Right. Rannis.
Okay. How does floating water does floating water affect my ability to do anything?
Only move.
Only move. Okay. So I will move 15 feet this way,
Okay.
and Aranis will. Aranis will start chanting in Undercommon, and a silvery bastard sword will manifest behind the aquatic troll as he casts spiritual weapon,
Okay. Awesome.
which I do believe is a bonus action.
Did you
Cool.
ever send me art for that? You said you had some art you wanted to use, right?
I did.
Could you
I
relink
did
that
send
for
it
me?
to
I
you.
think I lost it somewhere.
Of course I can. You reacted to it.
Right. Go ahead and make your attack with that spiritual weapon.
Right. Cast.
23 certainly
yay.
hits.
Hell yeah. And then that was his bonus action. He will then use his action to cast Sacred Flame.
Awesome.
Could it make a where is it?
Dex save.
Dex save. That's the one. Thank you.
It does fail.
He singed for one.
Ah, nice. Okay.
That is the end of my turn.
Fantastic. So, this troll has its claws on the edge of the boat. It's kind of looking up and looking at everyone, but you all see a pair of strange ear-like things on the side of its head. It's almost like coral kind of shaped itself into a couple of hollows that extend out from its skull a bit, and they begin to twitch, and you see them both kind of swivel over to the direction that it hears splashing about in the water. It lets go of the boat and swims
Uh-oh.
over to Uranus, who is still in the water.
Oh no, bad troll.
Aquatic troll, preferring to hunt in its own habitat.
Does it take a op attack or no?
Yeah, from anybody that was alongside of the boat, absolutely.
Oh.
So that would be,
Yeah.
let me put him back where he was for a moment. Cillian, Sarah, and Trazen.
He doesn't move out of my
no
range.
From Trazen. Yeah, no from Trazen.
No, he doesn't move out of my range.
Just Cillian and Sarah. That's a hit. Okay. Awesome, awesome. Okay, now, as it swims by, you can see the scorch mark from Uranus's attack and the stab wound from the sword heal as it swims past you all. It then closes up on Uranus and reaches out its hands.
Aranis will use his. Yeah, he'll use his reaction to cast Warding Flare.
Warding Flare, okay, cool. Can you put the text up for me?
I can.
Con save,
Where-
right?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Warding Flare is a reaction. He has disadvantage.
Nice. Okay. So it flashes and it throws up its arms. You can see its feet kind of flailing beneath the water. And you can definitely feel the current that it's kicking is creating as it swims next to you. But it flails its arms around wildly at disadvantage. It's an 18 to hit at disadvantage, unfortunately, for the first attack.
Mother, that's my armor class.
The second one at disadvantage is only a 13. but the claw attack that hits you does 8 slashing damage, Uranus. It then lunges forward, its jaw distending just a bit as it lunges at you and tries to engulf you in a very large bite. At disadvantage, ooh, that's a 19 at disadvantage, Uranus.
Does he eat me?
For 9 piercing.
Oh, okay. Well, oh god, that's bad. I'm nearly dead.
Sarah, you're up.
Oh my. Oh god. Okay. So Sarah will bonus action Shield of Faith, tap her longsword on the chest, her breastplate,
Okay.
as it starts to shimmer. Is this land?
That is. There's what are the stalactites, the ones that come up and out of the ground?
So is it like an like you could walk there,
Stalagmites,
or
G for ground.
is
Sorry,
it
go
just
ahead.
protrusions, or we could walk there, or what?
You could step into these places, yeah. I would say you could step. There's a couple places. So look at them like topography lines. So these are too tall to go up onto, but you can get everywhere in between them. And let me do one better there.
Oh, okay.
There. If you can see it, you can step on it.
We're sitting ducks in the water. She'll yell as she's not sure what to do. Let's see. She'll come here.
Remember, you can move past your allies freely if you need to.
Okay. All right, so she'll go there.
Right up on the edge of the boat, basically hanging off.
Here.
There you go.
Okay. Okay, and I mean, she saw the creature heal, but she'll still try to hack at it with her longsword.
20 hits.
For 11 slashing.
Awesome. All right.
Uranus, give me your hand! Get out of the water!
All right. Anything else from Sarah?
No, that's it.
Schrodinger.
Schrodinger's going to. It's going to cast Firebolt directed towards the troll's head. Or not.
8 does not hit. It does flinch as this bolt of fire goes shooting past it, though.
It's going to squeeze past. Forgot what the Dwargar and this little hairy thing's name is. Get next to Cillian here, or whoever that is. That's Cillian, and that'll be it.
Okay. Cillian.
Swapsies. And 2 shots.
Right. 24 is a good hit for 7. As is 25 for another 8. Alright. It is single-mindedly focused on the prey in the water, but you can see it flinching and kind of jerking as it takes these hits. It's definitely hurting, but it is very focused on its prey.
On that second one, we're gonna do Distracting Strike.
Okay, awesome.
That's another 8 damage.
Okay, so this time you strike it right at the top of its coral ear, kind of pinning it back to its head. It shrieks and whips around to face you, Cillian, and roars up at the boat.
Well, I roar back, and I will use Action Surge and shoot him again.
Fuck yeah.
Sessional.
All right.
And that's all I got.
Okay. Just back around to Trazen.
All right. Okay, I'll use Symbiotic Entity to spores all around me. Increase. I'll use my bonus action cast Healing Word on Uranus.
Okay.
Aw.
Congratulations, that's actually a damn good roll for Healing Word. And before... No, you know what, Uranus? Take your turn. I'm done. But you see a large swarm of dark flies buzzing about this troll's head.
Nice. All right. Good stuff. Uranus. What'll it be?
Uranus will move here and then attempt to pull himself onto the boat in that square.
Awesome, awesome. Go ahead and make an athletics check. Just a DC 11.
Wait, isn't that where Sarah is?
Sarah's technically in this square right here.
Okay.
We'll just leave her there. Yeah. Just because you were kind of in between several squares there, Sarah. Since somebody's wanting to occupy one, we have to choose now.
Will this be my action?
It is your action to pull yourself up. Yes. Oh, you know what? I'll let it be part of your movement. I'll just let it be part of your movement. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Oh no. So Randis,
Guidance.
you see, guidance.
Guidance. See
Ah.
guidance.
No.
I
Who-
didn't.
Did somebody announce guidance ahead of time? I've
No.
No,
I
it
need
would
to
have to be ahead
be-
of way
I
ahead
need
of
to
time.
be
It's
more.
guidance is
Yeah,
an
I need to
action.
be more.
I didn't.
More. A little more strict about how I allow that to be used, because listening back to one of my videos, guidance got used on literally every single ability, and I'm like, okay, I need to start reining that in just a tad. So, at least before the ability is called or rolled, announce
I
guidance.
didn't use guidance.
It was me. I yelled out guidance
Yeah.
because that's what I do. Sorry.
Because that's what I do.
You got me in trouble.
Silly.
I
I'm
don't
sorry,
want you-
Uranus. You do unfortunately fall back into the water after your attempt to pull yourself up. Now, if you would like to try again, it will be your action. And now, since somebody just watched you epically fail, I will allow a guidance on top of it.
I will. You know what I want to do?
Uranus, don't forget about that sword thingy floating in
know.
the air.
Yeah, I pull myself out the water.
Athletics check.
If I don't do this, it's such a wasted
You
action.
can go ahead and add a d4 to this one.
And look, guidance is an action,
Oh, is it an action? I thought it. Oh.
Oh, it is.
It
Yeah.
is
Oh,
an
yeah.
action.
Definitely.
Okay.
which is why you don't use it during combat.
Got it.
Oh.
Session up.
I'm not wasting my
Oh.
session on
No,
that.
no, I did. Okay, sorry.
Yes,
no.
he says that and looking at Sarah as he falls back into the water.
Where's my goddess?
Oh, it's unfortunate Becker's not here to hear that.
She's here. She's obviously just teaching me. I need to learn a lesson, surely, and that lesson is how to die. I will turn to face the creature. This is gonna hurt, and I will cast.
Yeah, go
That's
ahead.
not concentration. Okay. I cast Flaming Sphere.
You already used your action.
That you did.
I stab it with my sword.
Yep.
My spiritual weapon.
There you go.
Okay. No, I was gonna say.
I
you're
know
what
what I'm
now? You're. You say as you drown in the lake.
That's the roll. That's not me not knowing what I'm
Oh.
doing.
All's gone to plan. All is going to plan.
Oh no! It's all just going so wrong. But luckily, Uranus, it is still quite pissed at Cillian and still staring at him. So as you're scrambling around trying to flail at this thing, your spiritual weapon going past it, it doesn't even notice you as you swim past. Instead, are you done, Uranus?
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead, it wraps its two massive arms, the size of large logs, just grabs a hold of either side of the boat and heaves. I need...
Wait. When you start your turn, Halo Spores.
Awesome, okay.
And I have Symbiotic Entity. DC 15.
Constitution saving throw result is a 16, unfortunately.
Alright. Well, I'll hear that. I tried.
It heaves the boat, trying to flip it up onto its back. I need everybody. Well, let's go ahead and do this. Everybody make a dexterity saving throw. If you get a 15 or higher, I will allow you to make an athletics check against the troll to see if you can stop the boat from flipping.
Myself included?
No, Ronis, unfortunately you do not get to participate in this as you are not in the boat.
Nice, Sarah. Nice.
Okay, fantastic. Alright, so the boat goes heaving beneath your feet. Cillian and Schrodinger, you manage to keep your balance, seeing the direction that the troll is trying to flip the boat, rush over to the other side of the ship and try to balance it and try to keep it from flipping by putting your weight on the other side. Cillian and Schrodinger, make athletics checks that will be contested by this troll. Its result.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. That looks about right. Oh my god.
Schrodinger goes to the other side of the boat, screams something like, "I got it!" And then the troll just effortlessly flings the boat. Schrodinger is catapulted. Schrodinger, roll a d6, please. Schrodinger is catapulted and lands right in front of this boat. Everybody is now in the water on this side of the boat. So
I can land on my feet, but I can't. I'll still get thrown far.
the boat is now upside down, everybody.
Well, that's not what you want.
That is not what you want. Sarah, you're up.
I'm in the water?
You are in
Now?
the water.
Oh god.
The boat is upside down and you are in the water.
And I would have disadvantage with anything I did now that I'm in the water. Like
I
a
don't think
sword strike?
I
Or...
don't think swimming grants you disadvantage. I think it's just being
Okay.
underwater that gives you disadvantage on ranged attacks. Let me check.
The next attack on it still has advantage due to my distracting strike as well.
Yeah, so it's just it's underwater. I'm just seeing a lot of stuff for underwater. Can you attack while swimming? Okay, it's just rules for underwater combat. So if you are on the surface of the water, treading water, you can still attack as normal.
Okay. So she will... okay. Would I get flanking if I move to here?
Yes, you
Oops.
would.
Okay.
Correct.
Oh, and I have advantage from Cillian as well. Okay. Well, okay.
Yeah.
So I
Can
will.
you move your characters like
Yeah,
not
how
with shit?
how are you moving
What?
out of
You're-
boxes like that? It's weird.
I don't know.
You're holding
Keep it.
Alt. It's the only way.
Oh, okay.
Oh. No, because when I. Oh, okay.
There
Sorry.
you go.
Okay, longsword. Hiya.
15 hits.
11 slashing.
Oh, wait, did it heal itself in its last
It did.
turn?
It did indeed.
Mother.
It did not
Fuck.
take any fire, unfortunately.
Oh,
I didn't say that. You all heard nothing.
That's meta knowledge. Elestri, guide me.
Alright, Sarah, 11 hits, or 15 hits for 11 slashing it takes. It is howling around in the water, but it seems quite pleased that there are so many victims now bobbing around in the water.
Everyone to the land! And have at me, you waterlogged sea sponge!
Schrodinger.
Schrodinger's going to stick his staff up out of the water, swirl it around, and flick it towards the troll. Seeing the skull at the end light up red and shoot out a firebolt.
Nice. 18 hits. It howls in rage and pain.
6 fire damage.
Fantastic.
And they're going to... And Schrodinger is then going to proceed to try to get out of the water. He's going to try to climb up the boat while it's flipped. Would that be possible?
I'm sorry, what was the last part?
Schrodinger's going to try to climb up the boat while it's flipped to get out of the water.
So as you go over to that, Hemeth shrieks at you. He's like, "Don't do it! You'll sink my boat!" Do you climb up anyways?
Schrodinger's smarting that, but he also wants to get out of the water. Yeah, he's gonna climb up.
All right. So climbing up is also just half movement. Since you don't have to pull yourself over a lip, you just gotta crawl up onto the rounded side of the boat right now.
Yeah, he was here. So 5, 10, 15, 20.
Right, is that your movement?
Yeah, so you'd just be Schrodinger would just be like hanging on the side of the boat.
Okay. So Hemeth is just shouting, "No, it's too much weight, it'll go down!" Cillian.
Yeah. He doesn't understand how light Schrodinger actually is.
Right.
It's what, half movement in the water?
Half movement to the water.
Okay, pew pew.
Pew. Good hit for 18. 10 does not hit, unfortunately.
Alright, I will use distracting. Oh, actually, no, I won't. I'm gonna use a maneuver I haven't used yet.
Precision attack.
Does a 16 hit?
16 hits.
Alright, that adds to my attack roll for the second one, so.
Fantastic.
2 hits.
That's a good maneuver.
Thank you. That's all I got.
Nice. Cool. Drazen. Oh, wait, sorry. Now that the NPCs are all out of the boat, I have to do something for them. Let's see. You know?
Oh, tell me they can swim.
They can swim. They can all swim just fine. And the panickers are already dead. I was like, who might panic here? I'm like, Bupido would definitely panic, but he got killed. Ront would definitely panic, but he died early. Okay, so I
Go
think...
back to shore. Go to shore.
We've killed off the right ones.
Alright, yeah, I think they would hold on to the side of the boat, but not try to pull themselves up to it. Those that can't would make their way over to the shore, like you said. Jushar would probably just swim down farther away from the troll, but stay in the water.
And still swim.
Stool floats like a little buoy.
Oh.
He does not need to swim. Alright. Tracy, go ahead.
I've never seen a beast like you before, but I would very much like to.
And he will hit this troll as a dozen beetles swim through the waters towards him.
Nice. Wonderful
Hit
imagery.
him with his club.
Just a bunch of beetles swimming across the surface of the water. 14 does not hit.
Doesn't. Okay. He will then use his reaction to. Yep. He'll use his reaction for Halo of Spores.
Okay. All right.
Don't you need to do that on their turn?
I can. It's his reaction. I can just do it whenever.
Or start its turn there. You can use your reaction.
Oh. Well, yeah, okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. You're right. Yep. I gotta wait for after your turn. My bad. Bonus action, healing word. Aronas. You see a large cloud of stink bugs coming towards you.
What?
Yep.
I sorted
They're-
them.
No, you don't.
What? No,
And
no.
They fart all over you for 7 healing.
Get them off.
Nope. They just continue to fart. Clouds surround you as you feel way better for 7. It smells like mushrooms sauteed in other mushrooms.
Gross.
All right, that's the end of my turn.
Uranus.
I ran its gags. Tries to keep down. Did they eat lunch? Tries to keep down something.
Mushrooms, probably.
Yeah. Would it be an action to see if I know anything about this creature? If I've
Yeah,
encountered them
basically
before?
any sort of ability check that'll give you mechanical advantages, I always consider that an action.
Okay. In that case. Hmm. Okay, Uranus will move there. So he's opposite from Zara. And he will try to stab this creature.
Alright.
Where's my rapier?
13's not gonna do it.
I'll try to stab it with my my spiritual weapon.
Got it.
And fail as that. At that
It's all right. You're not used to being in water. It's fine.
Yeah, Uranus can't swim.
You
Alright.
can't bathe.
This brings
I'm
back
just gonna
around
thought-
to the troll, who does not heal. And
This is when I will use my reaction to Halo of Spores.
con save. Result is an 11.
Oh, he's about to die. He's about to die, guys. We got him. Big damage. Oh, big damage! Get it.
It coughs a little. And then turns to take a couple bites out of Uranus.
Use my reaction to cast warding flare.
Nice.
Leave me alone!
Alright. Disadvantage, here they come. Oh no. Oh, 15 to hit?
15 misses.
Alright, so 18 hits. I know that already. And the bite is only 11. So you only take 1 hit for 9 slashing.
9 slashing. God.
Do you taste it now, Uranus? The healing, the smell.
You can ignore the con save. Spiritual weapon is in concentration. I don't know why it's doing that.
Okay, Sarah.
Again, she will raise her sword and stab.
Right.
12?
12 does not hit.
Okay, that'll be her turn.
That's not flanking.
Oh, 22
that is
hits.
flanking. 22 hits,
Thank
yeah. 5. Great. All right. Anything else from Sarah?
No, that's it.
Right. Schrodinger, go ahead.
Schrodinger's going to stay. He's stay latched onto the side of the boat and he's going to extend an arm and attempt to chill touch the troll.
Awesome. Sorry, 1 second. My roll 20 is taking a minute to load here.
That's all right. It was 22 to hit.
22 certainly hits.
It's only 2 necrotic.
All right.
Oh. Does Chill Touch prevent healing?
No, that was the fire.
Shit. 1 second. Roll 20
No,
is the thing
like-
where it loaded me into a different game. That was the problem. 1 second.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, does Chill Touch in general prevent healing?
Chill touch? Does it?
It can't regain hit points until the start of your next turn.
I chill touched it the very first turn. I'm so sorry. That's no retcon, no retcon. I did that also. That's what blew my mind. I forgot about that until Schrodinger did it.
All right, good stuff.
So-
Well, it's certainly not regaining any hit points now. Cillian.
Big surprise. Pew pew.
Fighter doing fighter things. Whoa! All right.
Control.
All right. So as it is roaring and raging around, splashing about in the water, it takes one shot right to the back of its head. It starts to slow down, lets out some groaning, slow sounds. Another one strikes it in the back of the head, and this time no sounds. It just starts to sink and does not come back up.
Since we're close to this land area, does it seem at least halfway shallow?
No. It is very deep. The structures that are sticking up out of the water seem to be very long, pointed rocks, possibly old stalactites. No, I got it mixed up again. Stalagmites. Bleh. Possibly like ancient stalagmites that were here long before this place filled up with water.
Can I poke my head down and look around for like stingrays or whatever?
Sure. Go ahead and get in there and make a perception check. What are you doing for light?
Jason has one of those light stones from Schrodinger. He had like 2 to get 1 for both the non-dark vision people.
Okay.
I think Cillian took 1. And
Yes, he gave me one.
Yeah, Trazen was offered the other.
As its body begins to float down, do I see if it's going to hit any like solid surface anytime soon?
So you drop one of the rocks, the light rocks? Is that what you said?
Well, I use it to like see down as it
Okay.
falls.
It continues to fall. And fall. And fall. So to be clear, you're not swimming down with it, right? You let it go and you're seeing
No.
how far it goes?
He was checking to see if he could swim down to like meet it at the bottom, but there doesn't seem to be a bottom.
At least not one that you can see. The rock, the light does continue to fall and fall and fall until it becomes just a pinprick of light, and then you don't see it anymore.
All right. He'll bring his head above water again.
anything down that reason.
No, not that I could see.
Hmm. And how dark is it around us?
There is no
Is
light
just
sources
shorter-
around.
Alright, yeah, sure, you can see out to 60 feet, but it's from there. Does it appear that there's a beach area within like the 60 feet of us?
You do not see anything except for more of these pillar-like structures and water.
You need light?
Sure. I would like to. I would try something. So Schrodinger will.
Quick point of order. Have y'all flipped the boat back over yet?
No.
No. Oh, did we?
Oh yeah, we probably do that.
I assumed we would need to roll for it.
With all of you working together, you can do it relatively easily. And once you get back up onto there, Hemeth would say that there's no port of call for miles and miles around where you're at right now.
You know where we are then?
Oh yes, I'm well aware of where we are in the Underdark. I doubt any could navigate these waters as well as I.
Or,
Shushar.
you know,
Shushar kind of pipes up in the back. He's like, well, I also know these waters quite well.
just checking, because, you know, before you were a bit confused where we were.
I recognize these passages now that we're out of those blasted tunnels.
And about how much farther away do you say we are?
Well, I'd say we're probably looking at about another 3 days on the lake before we reach Gracklestug, assuming we don't run into any more new developments like that tunnel. That new waterfall came up out of nowhere.
And for the troll, is that new?
Troll? Aye. These waters be perilous indeed.
Jason's gonna look to Sarah and Cillian.
Perhaps we should anchor down for now. At least half a day's rest. Tie ropes to these stalagmites so we can do so.
Has it been that long since our last end of day's rest?
So, Hemeth would say that there's still some more traveling to do today, but Trazen does have a good idea that is how you generally go about resting out on the Darklake when there is no land or any shores nearby. You just tie off to a stalagmite and a stalactite, stalactite, whatever it's called, tie onto one of those rock formations and take watches.
Sounds like a good plan, Trazen. We can also check the boat for any serious damage as well.
I've no doubt there needs to be repairs. Sarah, do you kind know how to make repairs to a boat?
I would imagine so.
Would you possibly know how to make improvements as well to stabilize it in case something else were to happen?
My boat needs no improvement, thank you. I am more than capable of performing any rudimentary repairs that need doing.
Just checking in case any more problems occur within our 3 days' travel. You said so yourself. You can never be too safe.
I would appreciate you not taking liberties with my property.
Aye, yeah, we don't take liberties with his property. I agree with you, Hemeth. You're the sailor here.
Apologies if anyone caused any offense, Hemeth.
Aye.
Yeah.
It'll be good to remember that you'll be lost out here without me. Good luck getting into Gracklestug, too.
I refrain from looking at Shushar when he says that. We know, and we understand. We're very lucky to be on your boat.
Yes, I appreciate the travels. Thank you.
Aye, that's more like it. Oh, we still got a half a day's travel ahead of us before we can stop to rest. Let's get a move on.
Do you think it wise to move from here? With an anchor point so close?
He kind of looks down and he says, if there's bottom anywhere near here, that corpse we just dropped is going to draw some very unpleasant attention.
Right. That's a good point.
So he said if there is bottoms near here, will Trazen assume that these walls like slope outward and down
Yeah,
towards
exactly.
a middle?
Very steep slope downward.
But there's a shallow part enough that it would be concerning.
Well, even if it's a mile deep, a hunting creature, a scavenging creature a mile down is still a mile closer than you want it, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't understand the concept of does it go down a mile, 2 miles? If it does go 2 miles, that's like,
Mount Everest.
like
Underwater.
Mariana Trench,
Right, so
like levels.
if you were to ask Hemeth the depths of this place, he says that it's generally unknown, but it can range anywhere from 3 or 4 feet in some places to places like this where it can be hundreds of feet deep.
I trust in your words. Let's go.
Alright, everybody, so we rolled for your encounters already last week, so the rest of this day does go by uneventfully. You can hitch your boat along the side of one of these structures. And who's on watch for the evening as you all settle in as best you can?
Does Sarif take a watch? Because I wouldn't mind being on a watch with him.
I don't think Seraph would volunteer to take a watch.
In that case, Aranis will say, me and Sarif will take the first one.
He kind of gives you like a side-eye look. Fine.
Aranis, can you do me a favor on your watch?
Of course, anything.
Would you mind looking for some crickets for me?
Crickets? Down here?
Yeah, just if you see any crickets on those rocks, I could use them.
I don't know much about crickets, I must admit, but do they live down here?
Probably. Insects of all variety, I would assume.
A while back, I found something that resembles like crickets. Very cave-like and underdark of nature.
Cave cricket.
But
Okay. If I hear one,
thank you.
of course. Thank you for trusting me with this.
Okay.
So I will keep an ear out for crickets.
And who's taking the second watch?
It will be me and anybody else who wants to join.
Can I
Jordan will
speak,
take-
can I speak to Sarif before the second
yeah,
watch?
Yeah, you can use yours and Serathul's watch will be first.
Jordan will take the second watch with Trazen.
Okay. So, first watch comes, and everyone's kind of just splayed about the boat, taking up whatever space that they can to get some rest. The water kind of rocking the boat back and forth. It's almost soothing. Wasn't for all the things that you know that are out here trying to actively kill you, it might actually be kind of nice. But the spot that you found is lightly illuminated by cave lichen, bioluminescent fungi of various types sticking to the walls and stuff, so there's a little bit of light. But yeah. So as your watch begins, as everybody else is kind of settling in, Sereth would just say, well, I assumed you called me into this, you pulled me into this for a reason, so what do you have to say?
Or maybe I just want to get to know you better.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you that the feeling is not mutual. I would very much prefer to just be left alone until we can get back to Menzo Baron's.
Well, interestingly enough, as you mention it, I was wondering if you could. I mean to say, what's it like, Menzo Barazan?
So you've never been. You really are just from the surface, then.
Not since my birth.
It's a truly magnificent place. The buildings are monumental and terrifyingly beautiful. Imagery of Lolth inscribed on every surface. It's quite wonderful.
What's your favorite part of the city?
It would likely be the place where I spent most of my time. Warrior's School.
Oh yes. My father was a warrior. Is a warrior.
Then he surely served at Melee Mag there as well. He was a warrior. We were all trained there. You, a male divine magic user. You would have been killed at birth.
Well, from what I understand, that was the original plan. But, well, Alestri had other ideas.
He kind of makes a bit of like a grimace when you mention Alestre. You shouldn't speak her name down here. Never
Why?
know who might be listening. Lolth hears all.
I have faith my goddess will protect me. Faith is... Loth is not all-powerful.
And I have faith that Lolth will make you eat those words.
And I have faith that one day Loth's head will roll.
He kind of looks around. Obviously startled that you would say such an outright blaspheme in front, even say it at all. He says, "Well, you've got courage, I'll give you that much, to blaspheme her name in such a way down here, where she's so close."
Don't you tire of it? I admit I've never been to Menzo Barazan, or met many drow who are so infatuated with that spider goddess.
Oh, it
But
is
don't
not
you
only
tire of
I.
it?
It's our way of life. It's everything that we know. Our lives are in service to the Spider Queen. All
It doesn't
life
have
in
to
Menzo
be.
Baron's on. You've never seen the city and you don't understand the magnificence that she has allowed us to create there. A true beacon of civilization in this dark place. All of it is only possible because of her blessing to us.
Now, it's only possible due to the ingenuity of our people. Don't let her take your successes from you.
You must understand. She gave us our successes. They are hers. They are not ours.
But you're not free. How are they yours?
I'm as free as I need to be.
I don't know. The irony of a race that takes slaves when they themselves are enslaved.
Perhaps they don't know any better, Aranis.
Oh, Sarah, I didn't know you were awake.
Sarah
sorry.
looks over. Eavesdropping is quite rude.
So is trying to kill someone when they're in the belly of a praying mantis. I mean, a manta.
He says, yes, that would be rude. That would be quite
Praying
rude
mantis?
indeed.
Oh, that would be. an insult.
I couldn't help but overhear God this and heads rolling, and these are strong words to be spoken and thrown about.
Well, our conversation was just over anyways, so nothing left to interrupt, I'm afraid.
Narif, there's another way.
He kind of
You
looks
have
towards you
options.
and says, Loth will show you another way. And at that point, he gets up and walks to the other side of the boat.
During the rest of my watch, I will do a prayer to Elestri asking for all of our safety. But specifically, I'll do one for Sareth. And-
So, Aranis, I do need you to make a persuasion check as Sareth walks away and sits on the other side of the boat with his back to you. He looks rather pensive.
Okay. Yay. I'm not very persuasive though.
Okay.
Damn, I should have done guidance. Never mind.
There was your opportunity, too. You were praying and everything.
Ugh.
All right.
Yes, I'll pray to Elestri and ask her to not show Sareth a sign, but I don't know, let him know he has options. I don't know how that would work, but yeah, that's why I pray. She doesn't have to do it.
All right. So at the end of your watch, Schrodinger, who were you taking watch with? Was it you and someone else, right?
That was Trayson, I believe.
So as the watch is winding up, and Aranis and Sareth begin to settle in, and you're ready to rest for the evening, Hemeth would walk up to you. He's like, I'm feeling a little bit awake. I can take the watch for you all if you don't mind.
How long has this been?
You've been here for about 4 hours at this point.
And I'm fully rested. Okay.
Yeah.
Hemeth, who is Hemeth? I
Hemeth
can't
is
see
your
anything.
the Duergar guide. Oh hey, now that we are out of Slubladov, I can put everyone's nameplates back on. 1 second. The Slubladov map was very, very large, and it did one of those things where each square was 4 squares. So whenever nameplates are on in small maps like that, they get... Basically, the nameplate takes up the entire space, so I turn them off. But now, they have their names back. So how do you respond, Trayson, when Hemeth volunteers to take watch instead of you and Schrodinger?
There is no need, as I'm wide awake. As a matter of fact, Aranis,
Yes?
before you rest, do you mind casting light on this simple pebble that I have?
Of course. I'll take the pebble in my hands and I'll quickly ask the pebble to glow with the light of Elestri. And I'll hand it back to Trayson, having cast light on it.
My thanks. Have a pleasant rest.
Thank you, Trayson. And also for earlier, thank you for the assistance.
I will always be there until I'm not.
I hope I can return the favor.
As do I, my friend.
And I'll go trance.
So I should have a bit of light right now. I can't see anything
Oh, really?
besides like I can see like
He dropped his... Yeah, he dropped his shiny, his glowing
Oh,
stone.
jeez, yeah, 1 second. My bad.
I didn't drop it. What? I was using it to look. I didn't drop it. I was looking.
You let it. It sank down to the bottom of the water, though.
That was the narrative, but it wasn't what I did. But it's fine.
10 feet is a pretty big object to make glow. I think I can make the mask
Oh.
glow.
Fireball.
What?
Casting fireball to illuminate the area.
I can
Now-
see
If
it.
only I had. If only I had fireball.
Who's near us? The Durgar.
I
What's his
imagine I
name?
wouldn't have
Emmett.
walked over people to get to sleep, so I probably.
Yeah, but
the
it doesn't have
edit
his name. The nameplates aren't
Yeah,
there.
I can't get the nameplates back for some reason. It's being weird. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I need to restart the API sandbox. One moment. Stand by.
I look over at Sarah to see if she's sleeping. Is she faking it?
Out like a light.
Where are the nameplates? Why aren't they coming back? I am confused. Oh.
Yeah, no one has a nameplate. Oh, there we
Nope,
go.
it's
Oh,
something.
there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Wait, that guy's a prince?
No, I've told. Actually, yes, I haven't told everyone that I don't think he's not a prince.
Durgar is just literal Durgar.
Nice.
It hasn't come
Literal
up yet.
Durgar.
It hasn't
You
come up yet.
Durgar.
Why is that?
All right.
Perhaps you would like to join myself and Schrodinger. Hamlet.
Feeling like I
No,
finished it up.
no.
You can stay up.
I'm fine. You sure you don't want me to just take over?
Feel just fine. You can still join us if you like.
This is the perfect time for such things. Are you hungry, Hamlet?
As I suppose I could eat.
Approach on your own caution here, my friends. His berries tend to hit the spots a little off.
No, someone like him, Schrodinger, needs more sustenance than that. And so do the rest of us. Well, the rest of you.
As you'll see a bit of web and a long string go around the little pebble that Aranis cast light on, encompassing it, dimming the light. It's still glowing through the web, but there's a long string of web coming out. This is the tarantula coming down from
Ah.
Aranis's hat.
Nice.
Or not Aranis's hat. Oh my
My
god.
what?
Trace's
Stop putting
hat.
bugs on me!
To be fair, it's not a bug.
Aranis flips out.
Perhaps we should spend this time looking out, but being useful at the same time.
You're looking out for what? More spiders?
No, food.
Are you planning on fishing?
Trazen will, with a long, thin, spidery rope, toss the dimly lit rock into the water.
Yes. Perhaps make yourself ready.
It does not take long before several fish begin to swim up. The first one that swims up is kind of almost like an opalescent on its almost like an opalescent shimmer to its back. Looks quite beautiful, but as it turns its face towards the rock, its face is long and distended, almost about 8 inches long is its face, and the bottom half of it is just row upon row upon row of overlapping teeth. Just begins to swim by and around the lit rock for a moment. obviously entranced.
There it is. There they are. Sustenance for you all.
4 or 5 more of these almost eel-like fish show up.
And you're wanting to throw the net out, or you have a better way to catching them?
They are entranced by the light, as most fish are in the dim. Throw a net. Catch a bounty for us all.
Schrodinger will toss in nets to get as much fish as you can.
Okay. Throwing the net
Wait,
overboard.
wait. Before he does, Trazen will give him guidance.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and make a survival check. Nice. Okay, so you managed to cast your net down right over where the rock is at. You net several of these little fish. They do begin to thrash and flap around in the water. As you lift the net up and onto the boat, these things begin to gnash and chomp all over everything. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Schrodinger. Nice.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, you're able to expertly just dance around these gnashing eels' teeth, one by one, giving them a nice thorough bonk to put them out of their sad existence that they are in now. Yeah, 6 fish,
And
rather large eels. That would translate into, I would say, 4 rations each. So what's that? 24 rations.
With Schrodinger's claws, he will, after bonking them and knocking them out, he'll pick one up as close to the head and proceed to pop one claw out of his finger and start gutting it.
Nice. Okay.
Is there any pot? I would assume on the galley. I would assume there's a galley, and I would assume that there's
It's just a rowboat, a bunch of seats.
rowboat.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's a
Shoot.
keelboat in quotations, but by that I mean there are 3 benches and 3 sets of rows on either side. You're all very squished into this thing. It is not a very large vessel.
Oh yeah, so everybody's getting a good smell of fish guts right now.
Nice, like literally that big. On the bottom half of the screen.
Just wait till I get a pot. This will all change.
All right. Well done, Schrodinger. I think everyone will be less hungry come tomorrow.
I believe it should definitely Satan. We'll have to stop by and cook it somewhere first.
Hemeth nods. He's like,
Hemeth.
yes. He's making a wonderful, wonderful meal. Lots of meat on there.
Indeed, Hemeth. Perhaps you would like to cast your net out next.
I'm not really much of a fisherman myself, more of just a average tradesman out on the lake here, but you've all seemed to have done very well for yourselves. I'll tell you what I will do. Midday tomorrow we'll be coming up on a nice little shoreline. Not far, not more than half a day's travel from where we are now. When we get up there, we'll pitch a fire and I'll grill these things up proper.
That would be much appreciated. For now, we must let everyone else rest. But Schrodinger and I would be very interested to hear the story of your people. The place we are going is full of others like you, and I must admit I know nothing of your kind.
Nods. The Duergar are
No, nothing
simple
of the
folk.
Duergar.
Simple on the surface. Indeed, but more than meets the eye going on beneath. They call us the Grey Dwarves because of our drab existence, but it's one that we chose. Simplicity above all things.
And what do you see here among your allies? Do we seem drab? Do you feel the call of something more?
You all
Or will
talk
you go
too
back
much.
to that? I've not been known to talk much at all, and yet, for some reason you, Hamlet, have inspired me to do so.
Well, when we get to Gracklestug, you better keep your tongue sealed behind your teeth if you don't want to draw any unnecessary attention to us. I will be leaving you all as soon as we get to the docks district, so you won't have me to protect you anymore.
Is there any first-timers information you can give on Gracklesteg? Yes, you'll be leaving us.
There's always someone watching in Gracklestug. And when he says that, he vanishes from sight. You may not see us, but we're always watching. And then he reappears.
Can Schrodinger kind of do an arcane sense and see if what he did was magic?
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check. He 100% turned invisible magically. Sarah, you would know this intrinsically, but the Duergar of the Underdark do have an innate ability to go invisible once a day.
That's very unique.
It keeps the crime down.
Self-go invisible.
No thief is willing to even take a loaf of bread if he knows that the guard could be right around any corner at any given time. And he's looking right over his shoulder as he snatches it from the vendor.
We'll be sure to keep this information in mind. Thank you.
I agree with Schrodinger here. My thanks, Hamlet. But would you find yourself in a less advantageous position without us all? Perhaps you should consider we instead of you. And they
Look here.
are they.
Let me get something very, very clear to you. The only reason I'm not turning you over to the slavers as soon as we get into port is because you all saved my life. That is as far as my gratitude goes. Once we get to Gracklestug, you are on your own.
Trazen touches his chest before saying,
And yet you are very valuable. To yourself and to us. Maybe you should stay. Maybe you should become something better than you are with us.
Schrodinger's gonna put a hand on Trazen's shoulder. Trazen, I believe what follows us is not meant for him.
He is capable, Schrodinger. Clearly, he is wise, intelligent, cunning.
His time has brought him only for himself. He doesn't need us to weigh him down.
Indeed.
He's gracious enough to give us a ride all the way to our destination, and we should be thankful for that.
He nods and he says, Besides, I'm in line to be a keeper of the flame back in Gracklestug. Couldn't possibly turn that down. Regardless of how entertaining it is watching you all get killed every day, or almost get killed, I should say.
Well, if we were to die, what would happen to you?
Well, I would continue
more careful
rowing
with
my
the
merry ass back to Gracklestug.
And if your boat is flipped?
That would be a problem.
Yes, it would.
So, you've made my path very clear. Keep just enough of you alive to flip my boat.
Schrodinger's right, Hamlet. Keep that in mind. It is a lesson that I find profound. Keep us close, or enough as you believe necessary to flip your boat. But that number might be us. Just enough, but us. And you could be kept safe by us as well. I understand your choices are difficult, but I offer you another one.
Hemeth kind of leans towards Schrodinger. Has he been eating the pink mushrooms?
I have no idea. I am unaware of what mushrooms he eats. He appears to be more mushroom himself. But he does make some sense. But after our paths are separated, who knows? Our paths may cross again. What is it? What did you call it? Demogorgon? Could possibly show up at Grackelberg, and we too may have to flee as a group once again.
Oh, that beast would come into quite a different picture if you were to come into Gracklestug. Well defended. Extremely well defended. It would be a fool to try and challenge us there. There's the stone giants.
I would have to
Thumbershot
disagree
himself.
with you, my friend. Seeing two of my comrades go mad and nearly dying to it myself, it is not something you want to cross by. I don't typically know or even have memories of some situations, but when I came in contact, or when that thing was near, especially after it hit me, I feel weird connections. And I started remembering who I was, or part of who I was. So you never know with around that thing.
Kind of just nods. Makes a little grunting noise, acknowledgement. And I think we're going to go ahead and take our break here, everyone. When we come back, we will roll for the next day's encounters. All right, welcome back. We are set to get into our third day of travel in the Darklake. Travel across the Darklake. And so, let's see how this is going to go for you all. Okay.
I'm assuming.
I heard a thud.
Yeah, I'm rolling dice. Real dice. It's fucking awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
DM means business.
For games like this and for games like Tomb of Annihilation, I really like to roll for encounters. And if I'm going to be rolling a bunch of dice for encounters and I'm doing the rolls, I might as well use my collection of real dice that I never get to use anymore.
Yeah, that's a spoiler if you want to look into Cyberpunk. There's no such thing as whispering rolls. You'll have to do that.
Oh, really? It's all in the open. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. That's just
The
baked into the
combat's
mechanics of
cool.
it.
Yeah, it's getting like constant updates.
All right, and okay. Oh, okay. All right, everybody. So, Hemeth unties your boat from its mooring, gathers you all up, and you all are okay. You all are back out onto the water.
So, does our ship have a mast?
Does not.
Like a center column?
It does have a center column that appears to just be for hanging lights on and stuff.
How tall is it, roughly?
6 feet.
Less. Oh, cool. Pretty much the entire day, I will cast light on this single.
On the post. Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's a nice central spot. That's what I was thinking.
Is it a new day? Like,
It is.
has
It
it
is
been
a new
24
day.
hours?
It is, in fact, a new day. Oh my god. Okay.
Nice, I get my arcane recovery back. Yeah, I have no idea if it's an actual new day, but as long as it's
Right.
been a
It's
24-hour
impossible
cycle.
to actually tell time down here, but you all have concluded a rest. It has been 8 hours since you all stopped. right, everybody. So, not long after you get out from under these stalactites and everything, you do begin to find yourselves in a very wide open section of the Darklake. You can see nothing to either side of you except for long expanses of water. At the 40 feet that the light stops from your mast, all you see is blackness beyond. Those of you that have vision that extends beyond the distance of your manufactured light will see much the same. A seemingly flat, motionless body of water stretching out in all directions with nothing but blackness and more water on any side. Hemeth would inform you all that this portion of the Darklake is very careful. It requires careful navigation. If you don't know exactly which direction you're heading in at all times, it's very easy to sail in circles, to get turned around and head back in the opposite direction. He says it requires a masterful grasp on the navigational art of getting through the Darklake in order to get from one end of this to another. Shushar, from the back of the boat, would say, "The great expanse. My people have charted it many times." Hemeth just kind of glowers back at Shushar.
So how many days will we be on the water, do you think?
Making good time. Making good time indeed. It'll be another 2 days. 2 days on the Darklake.
That's not. I thought it'd be longer.
5 days from Slubludop to Gracklestug. 5 days of hard rowing, and we're making good time of it. We're making good time of it. This many able-bodied people on the boat makes the rowing an easy task.
Brilliant.
I have to say, this is my first time rowing a boat. I'm getting the hang of it.
How does everyone's timing seem?
Pardon?
How does everyone's timing seem in terms
Like as
of
you're rowing, yeah.
I hope we're really bad. Just going in circles.
Let's do a group dexterity check. Now that Plax mentions it.
He's rowing. Only oars are there.
Athletics, acrobatics. It can be strength or dexterity. But let's get a group check in here for see how well you all can row this boat.
Did I hear it could be acrobatics?
Yep, acrobatics or athletics.
I couldn't cast guidance on this. It's a sustained task. We're not a very strength high group, are we?
Okay, so you managed to stay relatively synchronized.
Nah, strength is for the weak.
Okay. Well, all right, everybody. So, as you all continue to traverse the Darklake, your boat suddenly comes to a shrieking halt, as if something reached up and just grabbed it from underneath. Hemeth jerks forward, kind of begins looking around. He says, "Ready yourselves. There are dark creatures that lurk in this area."
Have we stopped?
You have stopped dead in your tracks.
When Hammett says there's dark creatures that lurk in this area, Schrodinger will ready magic missile for the first thing that's going to breach the surface, or breach through the water.
I cast Dancing Lights. And I move the 4 torch-sized lights down into the water.
As you do, Uranus, you see 4 hulking. First, you almost mistake them for fish of some kind, but then you see they have arms. And then a set of eyes turns to look up towards you. As one of these has each corner of your boat. We're going to roll initiative. Oh, wrong button.
We did it!
Oh!
Yes,
Quick, sail!
Do we level quick?
Arandis,
Bro,
that was your god,
bro.
right? It did. You did its
Light
thing.
seems to kill him.
I told you it works.
Man the
Yep.
mast!
The might of
Forward!
Elestri will not be denied. The quick row.
Stray has slaughtered our. Oh God! What the heck?
Oh no!
It's a test from Elestri, we're fine.
Okay, this one was right here. Okay. Now, let's see if I can actually do what I was intending to do here. Okay.
Eldrith is missing health.
Who is Elspeth? Eldeth? Go ahead and,
Oh,
give it back to
yeah.
whoever has control over.
As is Sareth.
Same
Oh,
for
I
him.
can't.
Awesome. Okay, everybody. They reach up, and they are in unison chanting in Abyssal.
They breached the water, right?
Yes, they have reached the water. Their faces are up. Your
So
magic missile can go ahead and go off. And yeah, go ahead and roll for that. Which one are you striking? We'll say this one came up first.
Alright, so yeah, so all 3 of them would go to that one.
Okay.
Why is that not working?
What?
12 damage.
Well, good hit. Okay. It shrieks, and all 3 of them continue to chant in Abyssal.
What are they chanting?
Oh, yeah, you speak Abyssal. They are chanting, "Blood and salt for the Prince of Demons."
Oh my god.
Wasn't that the last thing that they were chanting? The other things were chanting?
It
Yeah.
is.
Huh. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Anyway,
Okay, here we go. The first one reaches up and strikes at Drazen. Perils. Okay. It strikes up at you with a wickedly barbed harpoon. Drazen.
Okay.
There's a 24 to hit.
That's it.
Okay. I need you to make a strength saving throw, please, Drazen.
Oh. Yes, guidance on this.
Holy shit. Max damage for 16 piercing, Trazen. and you are dragged into the water as you are impaled on this harpoon straight through your upper right arm and dragged in.
I can't. Sareth wouldn't. Would Sareth try to save him or stop him getting pulled?
Yeah. Would Sareth do that?
It depends on if the creature moves.
Depends on if he wants to keep his life on this boat.
Sareth takes no action to help him.
Well, there's a surprise.
That's duly noted. That's just
Duly
duly noted.
Because if he did try and save Treason,
I'm still in the process of converting him. That's just.
Trazen, he
Give him
then
some
tries
time.
to bite you. It is a 14 to hit. I think that misses, right?
It does.
Okay. Schrodinger, you're up.
Alright. Schrodinger is going to yell out, they are getting the same thing from at the other ports. Salt for their blood gods. Or I can't remember. It was,
No, you're close. It was blood and salt for the Prince of Demons. Sorry, I'm moving Becker out of the line of danger and putting a couple NPCs where he was.
blood and salt for the Prince of Demons.
Get him, Stool.
Going to attempt to help Trazen here, though. Schrodinger is going to cast, or attempt to cast Cause Fear on this big old fishmonger thingy that's got Trazen.
Okay. Osfear. Awesome. Okay.
DC save is a 13.
Wisdom save result is a 7. His eyes go wide as he's looming over Trazen, and he looks up at the strange form of Schrodinger, and his eyes go wide with fear. Nice, okay. Ooh.
Alright, so it feels safe in the middle. And that'll be it.
Okay. The next one also pulls one of those wickedly barbed tridents up and out of the water and lashes out at. Ronis, do you want to be 1 or 2?
I like even numbers too.
Choice. It lashes out at Prince Darendil. And the enormous Quaggoth in fine elvish clothing shouts, "Fear not, my friends, I shall distract him for you," and lunges at the thing just as 14 to hit. 14 strikes Prince Darendil squarely in the chest for 9 piercing.
Uh-oh.
And his strength save is a 13 versus the Marrows. Prince Darendil is dragged down into the water with the Marrow. It looms up over him and attempts to take a bite at the Prince. With a 10 to hit, it does miss, bringing us to this one. Sarah, do you want 1 or 2?
1.
Sarah, it lashes out at you with its harpoon. 14 to hit.
No, misses.
Yep, it then lunges up and out of the water and attempts to take a bite out of Shushar. That is an 18 to hit the pacifist man for 10 piercing. You all hear Shushar howl as this thing just lunges up and takes a huge chunk out of his flank. Shushar is badly hurt. You know what? We did not roll initiative for the NPCs. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll use Sareth's initiative, and that worked out well. Awesome. Okay, Trazen, you're up.
Trazen will use his action to hail spores. But no. I'm sorry, symbiotic entity.
Symbiotic entity.
So I gain 12 temp HP. I can use my melee hit, whatever. 12 temp HP. Right. And then I'll use my bonus to actually cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay. Sarah.
6.
All right, Trazen. Anything else? Any movement?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Sarah, you're up.
Okay, so she will strike out at this one with her longsword. $17 to hit.
17 hits.
Cough, cough. Smite.
And she will add her smite damage onto
Smite.
that.
Another 9, so 19 points. Fantastic. Great hit. Right, anything else from Sarah?
No, that's it.
Cillian.
Pew pew at the guy right in front of me.
Okay. Good hit, good hit. And another for 6 more. Okay. Takes the 2 crossbow bolts and mutters something strange to you in a shrieking and howling language. Speaks to you in Abyssal. Schrodinger, you would hear it say, Cillian, you don't understand this, but Schrodinger, you hear it say something rather unpleasant about Cillian's skull and how it will make a fine bowl.
Schrodinger will translate for Cillian. He's insulting your face. It's very unpleasant. Do it again.
Distracting strike for another 8, alright. Disadvantage on anybody but you, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, next attack has advantage against it.
Yep. And you know what? What the hell? We just rested. Action surge.
Action
One more
surge.
attack.
Good hit, good hit.
And that's it for now.
Okay. Ranis.
No, Sarah.
Oh. Where are you at?
But I mean, I'll take Sarah's turn.
Wait 1 second.
Sarah
Where are you at
will-
initiative, Ranis?
Well, that's weird. I was meant to be.
Okay, I see what happened here. 1 moment. Stand by. Looks like you rolled from your token up there, which I put onto the GM layer. So we'll just swap them.
No. Oh no, Uranus was 8.16.
What is it showing now? Yeah, 8.16.
Cool. I think I was there.
I don't see it on my sheet. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
Uranus, go ahead.
Uranus he will start to pray in Undercommon and then yell Elestri, show them your might, as he uses his Radiance of the Dawn channel ability.
Okay.
Did they all make a con save?
Yes.
Wait,
Constitution
Yes.
saving throw? Yeah. DC and
is
damage,
that-
please.
is that one close enough?
I don't know, is it?
Like, one square he's on is within 30 feet.
That's good enough for me.
Perfect. Yeah. So all need to make a con save. They all need to beat. Sorry, let me look. 13. That's a cruddy. Yeah,
DC
13.
13. Damage?
Oh, I can do that now. Damage is.
16.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm not. Oh, I rolled up. Sorry.
16?
16. Yeah.
Half on success?
Half a success, yes.
2 fails, 1 success. Ooh, the one that is attacking Trazen does die.
No need to be concentrating on that anymore.
His lifeless body sinks down into the depths.
I will then use my bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon.
As one does.
So let me just remove that. And then could it appear behind... actually. Could it appear there? Sorry. There. I did send you the token for, I think.
It's gonna be huge. I'll be ready.
Oh, sorry.
Boom. Where's it going?
Hell yeah.
Oh, it's like the hammer of
Yeah.
God.
The might of Elestri.
The might of Lester's arrived. What? Why? Make it smaller.
I'm going to.
No, it's fine like this. With one swipe, you can take out 2.
One swipe, it can take out
Where's
the
it going?
boat.
Yeah, that's perfect, thank you.
Okay.
And can I have control over it?
Unfortunately, I cannot do that just yet. It'll take me a minute to
That's
do.
fair. That's fair. Yeah, I'll hit it. And I will try to hit him and say, my goddess instructs me to strike you down. 22.
22 hits.
6.
6, fantastic. Okay, what do Eldeth and Sereth do, and Stool?
Eldith will use her longbow on this one.
Okay.
Fareth will... He will use his... Sorry, I need to get it up. His hand crossbow on this one.
Okay.
So 23 to hit.
23
9
hits,
piercing.
9 piercing. Alright,
And
he's
her
looking real rough.
her
Hand crossbow
second.
hits. 11
Hold
does not
on.
hit. His con save result is 14.
Darn.
Trazen, what does Stool do?
Oh, he poofs. Poofs and poofs and walks away.
Roll,
Alright.
roll.
As
Help!
for the
Help!
rest of them, Topsy and Turvy are going to shift. Their snouts elongate, their claw, their nails turn into vicious claws, and hair sprouts out all over their body. And they both begin wiping at this marrow in front of them. Where's claws? Claws. Okay. $23 to hit, 18 to hit, 10 and 14. Okay, so 3 hits. So Topsy and Turvy begin slashing and biting at the marrow that's up in the water right now. And the marrow takes 12 points total from that onslaught. Jim Jar levies a hand crossbow at the one that Topsy and Turvy are fighting. Takes a shot with an 18, hits, and for 5 more. Prince Darendil, splashing about in the water there, is going to rush up and just absolutely begin tearing into this marrow with his teeth. Or with his claws, I guess. 7 misses and 15 hits. For 9 slashing. Alright. You see Prince Darendil just climb up on top of this thing and just start slashing away at it until it just sinks down beneath the waves. Now, Shushar looks over and he says, "Brother, there's no need for this. Turn away from your path," to the marrow. And Hemeth shouts, "Hold on, fish! I'll help ya!" Rushes over behind Shushar and trips over some rigging, crashing right into Shushar's back.
Did he trip on purpose?
Shushar gets a 4 on his dexterity saving throw and splashes into the water. Uranus? I'm sorry. That's the NPCs. Brings us to this Marrow down here, who is going to begin slashing violently up at Topsy and Turvy. It's a 16. Hits with the harpoon. 12. And Topsy is dragged into the water as well. Okay. Schrodinger, what would you like to do?
Right, so seeing Shimshar is getting did it look like it was an intentional trip and push?
Make an insight check.
All right.
Hemeth does not appear. He's there acting like, I'm so sorry, watch out, Fishman! It does not seem sincere at all.
Sure, he's just gonna give a side glance over to Hammond, but stay focused on big fish. And Schrodinger's gonna cast Wither and Bloom.
Nice.
On this one.
Okay. So is that a con save it has to make?
Yeah, Constitution saving throw.
It does get a 15.
Oh, dang. Alright, save, so we have... So yeah, so it takes half of 5.
Okay, so just 2 then. Okay, who gets the bloom?
The bloom would be Shimshar.
Can spend and roll one of its unspent hit dice. Okay.
So Schrodinger would
Gets to
pull
spend
out a
8.
twisted knotting of vines that he's got in his backpack, or got in his pouch, and as he starts casting an invocation in Abyssal, the vines will wither away into ash as everything goes off.
Okay. Anything else?
Should be all.
The Marrow looms up over Shushar. Shushar, swimming, raises up his hands. Brother of the lake, there is no need for this violence. Let us embrace as friends. The Marrow stabs him in the face. With a 14, that does hit Shushar for 11 piercing. The Marrow thrusts his harpoon into Shushar's face. Shushar begins gurgling. Marrow withdraws the blade and takes a bite out of the... and hits. Shushar suffers 2 death saves. 2 death save failures. Grayson? We did say that the NPCs would make death saves, right? Is that a thing we said?
I feel like that's a thing you do.
Okay.
Trazen will come up here and swing at this guy. His club.
Where'd you go, Tracy?
Oh, he climbed up difficult terrain, I would assume. Oh,
I just don't see your token anywhere.
Oh, here.
Okay.
but the Halo Spores will give an added d6. If it hits. I assume.
22 hits, yeah.
So 8.
Right. Good stuff. Alright, he's looking
Well,
real
then
hurt.
you. So Topsy is down there.
Topsy's here. Turby's in the water.
Turvy, I will cast Healing Word on Turvy.
Okay.
Breathe well, Yellow One. We will win this fight.
That is the end of my turn.
Sarah.
Sarah, horrified by what she's just seen happen, raises her sword. Demon fish! Taste metal.
Oh, nice!
Nice.
Double crit. That's quad damage, right? Indeed.
I will smite this too.
Smite.
But, so that's no.
Smite.
13. So smite would be
48.
doubled.
His
So
head
13
practically
plus 15.
explodes as he begins to sink beneath the waves.
That's what you get. And then she'll jump into the water.
Okay.
And swim over to Shimshar, Shushar, and sort of embrace his fishy body, and through her hands she will heal him.
By how much?
So if she just heals him, does that bring him to 0, or will he then exceed?
He gets whatever hit points you get and regains consciousness.
It's an
Okay.
action she's laying hands.
Oh, sorry.
No, okay.
Okay, so she will just embrace him.
Okay.
Does he have gills? Does he have gills?
He does have gills, and he kind
Okay,
of
so-
burbles bloodily from them.
Okay, so she'll just help support his head and whatever.
Okay.
Soothe him. He'll be
Cillian,
okay.
You're up.
All right, first shot.
12 does not hit. 12
What?
does not hit.
The hell?
You could use
Cillian
that
stares
now.
out a crossbow like it's broken. I already used it.
You already did.
Oh, you did it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you would know that if you're paying attention to D&D games.
What?
Yeah, that's all I got. Because I'm a fighter.
Yeah, if only you had rogue abilities. Bro.
Uranus.
Okay. Uranus will run to this side of the boat. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm still on the boat.
Yeah.
I will cast. Oh, this pains me to do this, but whatever. I cast Healing Word on this one, Shimshar.
Shushar, okay.
Let me cast that for you. And then I will cast. I will cast Toll the Dead on this one.
Nice.
Could it make a?
Wisdom save result is a
That's the one.
nat 1.
Oh, that's a shame. 1d12. Do I have a button for this? Inflict wounds. No, I don't.
You don't? Or are you using
No,
roll
no.
20?
I am. 1d12. 11.
How does he go down?
Uranus will say some ugly words in Undercommon as he curses him, and a sickly yellow light will start to burst forth from his body.
Okay. all begin to see this strange purplish black blood beginning to pour out of his nostrils and ears as he sinks down into the water.
Wait, before it sinks, can I cut his head off?
Sure.
It's not the same one who said that, but I'm gonna make a bowl out of his skull.
Nice.
These skulls make good bows.
I,
You know, the eye sockets kind of.
They do.
The cranium area?
yeah, I mean, I've seen plenty of
Okay.
documentaries on dictators who use them as like coffee mugs and shit like that. So
See, how big is like his head? Is it
Ah.
like way bigger than a human head?
That's a fascinating window into your watching habits. Yeah.
I watch a lot of documentaries, and I do watch a lot of analyzing evil documentaries. That is a thing. I got to get into the head of the villain.
How big is the head on this thing? Is it bigger than a?
It is a large head.
Hey, now we have a pot for the fish, right? We needed a pot.
Well done, Cillian. We can cook
What?
these fish in a pot made of
Is it big enough I
skulls.
can make a helmet out of it? A
Or that.
terrifying
It
bone
would be
armor helmet?
slightly larger than I think you want.
Later. Is Shushar okay? Shimshar. What is his silly name?
So
Who is
Shushar.
Shushar?
Fish
Yeah,
okay?
well, you're all checking on Shimp.
So
What is
Shushar
Shushar?
sputters. He looks over towards you, Sarah. You got your holder. You're like carrying him through the water. He's like, the marrow. It did not wish to be friends.
I think anything that comes out of this water is poisoned, by the demon.
I am from these waters.
He means recently,
Oh.
right, Sarah?
As you pull him back up onto the boat, he looks at Hemeth. Thank you, dwarf, for your valiant efforts at saving me.
Schrodinger's gonna say.
Hemeth says, yeah, anytime.
Yeah, that's real good of you, Hem. If you round his defense. I know you two haven't had the easiest. There's been a bit of tension. I think we've all
Part of
sensed
my
it.
crew.
And I just, and it gladdens me that all the things I heard about Durga are incorrect.
Hearing all of since I would guess Schrodinger would still be with the night tea would still be able to hear like all the insincerity coming out of Hemeth's.
Yeah,
from
with
Hemeth's
your
voice.
19 from earlier, you can definitely tell that he pushed Shushar on purpose.
And Schrodinger will approach, put a hand on his shoulder. Hemeth, I am aware, and kind of like just whisper. Schrodinger will
Real
whisper
quick, when you
this.
put your hand on his shoulder, he kind of looks at it, and then glowers up at you. Go ahead.
Can you
But
whisper on the
sure.
boat? We're pretty close.
Oh yeah, you know what? Screw this. No, Schrodinger won't even whisper.
Sorry.
Hemeth, you appear to have done a little bit of that on purpose.
What? What are you talking about? I would never. I love the fishman. Valuable asset to the crew, he is.
It's to speed things along, to know your insincerity. Schrodinger will move the hand he has on his shoulder to grasping firmly his beard and to move his face to make eye contact and cast Cause Fear.
Oh dear God.
All right, Cause Fear takes an action and some components, right? And some verbal stuff, right?
Just visual.
Just okay. Just verbal, okay. So as you grab him by the beard and pull him up to eye level with you, and you begin to speak in abyssal, and the aura around you goes dark. You're totally pulling a Gandalf. Do not take me for some conjurer of cheap. That whole thing, like the area just visibly darkens around Schrodinger, and Hemeth looks up at you.
Yeah, Hemeth would notice the hand grabbed around his beard is completely skeletal. Most of Schrodinger's fur has rotted away, and he now appears undead to him.
Jesus. So Hemeth got a nat 1 on his wisdom save. Breaks down crying Oh, I'm so. I'm so. Please don't hurt me. I didn't. I won't do it again. I swear. I promise. I didn't think you all had much use for me with there being 2 navigators. I just wanted to be more valuable to you all. I'm sorry. He looks over to Shushar. I'm sorry, Fishman.
Your value is well appreciated.
Fucking
brought
nat
us
1
this
on
far.
his wisdom save.
But do not cross a team. Do not cross somebody who has done no harm to you.
I will not. I will not. Please, just don't hurt me.
So, Schrodinger will break the concentration.
He looks around. You're all crazier than you look. You'll fit in well at Gracklestug.
Cillian makes eye contact across the boat with a big grin on his face, absolutely enjoying this, and just shakes the head at him, holding it by his hair.
Ah. There will be no more bright ideas from this Duergar. You can count on that. Shushar walks over to him. I forgive you. The rest of your day passes without incident. What do you all do with the rest of this day? Nice, calming, relaxing day on the Darklake you have left in front of you.
Trazen, do you think your insects and beetles could help me clean this skull?
I believe it would make a great pot for us all.
I throw the head to him, and I just sit and watch.
Thank you, Silly. This will make a magnificent altar. I will do my best.
And Silly will try to clean the skull as best he can to make a roasting pot.
Very nice.
Reinforcing it, of course, with ancient techniques of roasting of skull and reinforcement roasting, pot roasting.
Sure. Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna need you to describe exactly how you reinforce and seal this skull, please. If it is
He
not
will get
real-world
layers
accurate, you don't
of.
get to do it.
Yeah, he will actually go like as we travel along the edges of the stalagmites. Go to the shore, gather up a bit of like clay, which I'm assuming is a part of it. It's not going to be sheer stone. Even if it is, he can pulverize it. Even in a pestle mortal kind of situation. But anyway, he will get sediment, lay it on the skull over and over again, heat it, cool it, wipe off the dust. Again, put down another layer, heat it, wipe away the dust. Do this as often as he can throughout the day, and then let it just sit and cool. And again, just heat it one more time to solidify it, but very lightly. He doesn't want to break it. He doesn't want to like break it like ceramics. And then just put it away, let it cool down, dip it into the seawater, which I'm lake water, which I'm assuming is cool.
Yeah, it is
bring
cold,
it
yeah.
back up and let it just sit for a little bit, and then dump out the water and just sort of lightly sand away the edges. This should provide a pot that can at least simmer. Might not be able to withstand great temperatures. It's not like a bonfire pot, but at least simmer without breaking.
Okay.
Because as we all know, you can actually boil water in a plastic bottle, right?
What?
As long as
Yes, you can actually boil water in a plastic bottle.
can confirm, I've seen a video of on TikTok of a lady making stew in a plastic bag over a fire.
It seems unsafe, but okay.
Yep, indeed it does.
But a plastic bag is different to a plastic bottle, though.
No, like a soda bottle, like a Coca-Cola bottle, you can boil water in, and it's safe. That is the concept that he's doing. Low and slow, not about to overcook it. That is what he's doing. And yes,
Alright.
you can. And yes, you can. Watch it on YouTube, you can. But
I'm
it's
googling
just,
it now.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
So
like, as long
the
as it's a
precedent
safe
has been
height
set.
above-
Whenever you wish to do something like this, you must describe the real world technique of doing so.
And I will.
I believe
Oh
it's like
God, what have I
putting
done?
it a little bit above the fire and kind of rotating it like a spit roast.
Yep, it'll become like a teardrop, but it will blacken at the bottom, but it will boil away the parasites and stuff. Like if you're boiling water from like a river or a lake you don't know of, in like the Amazon, it will purify it.
Yeah, it's like if it's also like if you're trying to just a little bit higher from just trying to like roast something, it's just above.
It's a difference of 20 degrees.
So
Yeah,
Trazen
so
is
the
going
height
to
of the
use
flame.
this new skull cauldron pot and place in the fish remains and make a fish stock.
Fantastic.
And
I'd just say I kept like the bottom jaw, like the mandible,
Yeah, of
added to my
course.
inventory for later ideas.
Most definitely.
makes you look like a tough guy.
I will add my own vegetation, and it will add a bit of hardiness to the soup.
If you need heat for as a soup, I'm willing to provide.
What will you provide?
I got fire. You need to. Are you gonna make a cold soup? Or are you gonna want to boil it?
A flame is necessary, yes. I will get it.
Just
Fish.
probably not on the boat. We would need to flame somewhere else. Or unless we're able to have a controlled flame somehow.
Hemeth would very vehemently object to there being a fire on his boat.
Schrödinger will nod and understand. Understood.
He would say it like very respectfully to you, Schrödinger.
Maybe when we find ourselves a beach, we can start making ourselves some soup.
Awesome.
Very well, Schrödinger. I will make sure that there is protein enough for us all till we find this shore of yours.
Speaking
He'll
of
add-
which, you all do find a shoreline to make camp on this evening.
Like enough to anchor the boat?
Nice, Cillian. I didn't know you actually had your cook's utensils. Fantastic. Yeah. Just remind me, and we'll definitely have some cooking checks for you next time. With a 13, it is better than normal. It is better than average. It's halfway decent. How did you make it? Did you just boil it up? Did you grill it and then toss it in a soup? What'd you do?
Oh, wait!
If Cillian is going to cook, Trazen is going to watch over him and be like a pinch of black powdery salt that's from his fingernail salt,
Oh,
as we call it.
Like truffle salt?
And
No.
yep, truffle salt, and we're going to give him guidance. So 1d4. If you want to add it to that cooking check.
Schrödinger will be controlling the bonfire.
We got a bonfire, we got a cooking skull, we got a cooking man, and a touch of Trazen's cooking salt from his fingernails. My guy, roll d4. Cillian. You're guided.
Guidance. Nice.
Do I?
Oh, 16!
Is there like any seaweed available?
Yeah, there would certainly be.
I would say
I wouldn't call it seaweed, but there's certainly vegetation floating around in the water.
Well, with advice from Shushar, I would use some of the fish meat for Trazen's, chowder, if you will. But I'd also try to make some like lightly braised sashimi wrapped in underdark seaweed.
Ooh,
Nice.
we have ordered those eels.
Yeah, that's what I was using.
Oh, okay, never mind.
They're quite bony and should be added to the stock.
The bones are thin. They should dissolve nicely.
And as we're cooking, I'm just like, they keep talking about blood and salt. Like, I could really use some salt right now.
My friend,
Schroeder will
just look under my nails. Plenty of salt here.
Schroeder will kindly look over towards Hammond, or him and what's his name?
Emmett.
Yeah, look over towards Hemeth. Is there anything you know of around here that you can add?
I eat hardtack and unsalted fish. The Duergar are not exactly known for their culinary prowess.
On the surface, we have this man. He's a wise wizard of the culinary arts. His name is Lord Emerald.
The ghost? See? I think I've heard of it.
Ah, yes. The Lagos Sea.
The Legolas of the sea, yes. I think that's what his name was. But my mind is not quite what it was. Sarah, what do your people like to eat? Seafood?
Not too much of the seafood type. I like a hearty beef stew with potatoes and carrots and celery chopped fine. Sometimes we get a rack of lamb if it's in season and fresh.
The surface has made you soft. Real Duergar only need hard, unflavored bread and fish, unseasoned. Anything else is superfluous.
Have you ever had anything else?
Oh, God.
Why would I spoil my palate?
By the time of Cillian cooking this, would there be like any form of like smell, aroma, or anything?
Oh yeah, they smell like cooking fish.
And how
And,
would how would Hemeth's reaction be towards the aroma?
It's obviously strange to him. He's been around other creatures cooking before. Like he's been in the docks district of Gracklestug, so he's definitely smelt other things cooking. I think he would just see it as like just kind of gross opulence. He'd probably turn his nose up at the smell. Even if it smells good, he'd probably be like, smells like rich people or something. I don't know. Smells like opulence. Smells like unnecessary frill.
Someone who doesn't know flavor. It's pretty sad.
It's a distraction. Food is sustenance, energy to keep you moving. Anything else is a waste of time.
And yet all we have here is time. So why not waste it with us? I said it once before, you're welcome to join us and waste time, if that's what you believe.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check, Trazen. I love how you all are trying to like get Sereth and Hemeth to both be like, this is like NPC therapy hour. This whole session has been.
It is literally a tenet of my faith to convert drow.
He says he's fine where he is and will go about just doing some unnecessary but minor repairs to his boat.
Don't worry, there'll be leftovers for you.
So as Hemeth is heading out onto his boat, heads over towards the water side of it and looks over the side. And you see him kind of look up towards the blackness of the lake and then look back towards his boat. Then he stops for a second. He does a double take and looks up. And he wheels around and shouts out to all of you, "Put out the fire! Put it out now! Now!"
Zillion will do so.
Alright. I'm sure will stop the bonfire.
Is the post still lit up?
No, that's hours ago.
Okay. Hemeth runs over to you all. He says, "Get down! Get down! Hide!"
I hide.
He gets down behind his boat, looks out into the water, and now you can see what he's looking at. There is a little pinprick of light out on the lake. He says, "Keep quiet. Don't know who it is, but anybody that's out on this lake is very unlikely to be friendly."
How far away is it
Make a perception check.
potentially? Yes. Because I've got dark vision of 120. I was just wondering if that might be within
Okay.
near
It's
range.
outside of your dark vision, but you can see the little pinpoint. So go ahead and make that perception check, and we'll see if you can judge how far
Can
away it is.
I cast guidance on myself?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Say a quick prayer. Come on, let me see this.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
28.
So you focus very keenly. It's a ship, a boat, very similar to the one that Hemeth has right now, but much bigger. As you're focusing on this light, it's getting closer. And as it does, you can get a better glimpse of what's going on that boat. With your extended dark vision, with your keen eyesight, you're able to determine by figures moving in front of the light, giving you a little bit of a glimpse of what's going on up there. It appears to be a keelboat of the same design that Hemeth here has, except much bigger. You can make out no less than a dozen figures moving across the boat, one of which is considerably taller than the others.
I've been around Drow and Durga for a bit now. Would this be a similar height disparity?
Yes, it would.
I see Drow. At least, no offense to you, Sarah and Hemeth. I see short people, and I see a taller person. And there's only one humanoid race down here I can think of that would be that tall.
Hemeth kind of glances back towards you. He's like, "Drow don't consort with the Duergar. What is...
Not even for travel.
It would take quite a bit of money for a Drow party to willingly for a Duergar party to willingly take on a Drow." Kind of looks over towards you, and Sarah says, "No offense, but if you hadn't saved my life, I would have left you on that lake shore."
That's fine. I'm sure Sarah would have killed you in your sleep before now anyway.
Sarah just kind of does that. He's like, kind of gives like a little nod.
Could he possibly be a slave?
Hemeth nods and he says, "A ship of that size, that many Duergar, almost certainly slavers."
Can I make out any addition? So there's a light there. Can I make out any glints from around the tall person's neck or wrists?
I will allow you to make one more
Ooh.
perception check. You
Can I be
guidance it
cheeky
again.
and ask for guidance
You can
again?
guidance it again.
Oh! Wait.
Have you used your sessional yet?
No, I haven't. Sessional.
Okay. So, as you're watching that ship go by, you do get the impression that it is moving away from you all. It's not moving any closer, it's moving parallel to your position. What you do see, you do not see any glints of any sort of steel or any sort of iron that is binding the taller figure. What you do see are 4 dancing orbs appear directly above this drow, illuminating the ship and the drow and the several Duergar, about a dozen or so, flitting about around him on the ship. These orbs extend out from the ship to their maximum range, believe Dancing Lights is only about 60 feet or so. You get the better idea that the ship is a good several hundred feet away from you at this point.
120.
120, okay. So the lights kind of begin shifting out and away from you and all, and as they move towards you, Hemeth ducks very close to the dirt. As does everyone else. I'm assuming you all are keeping low and trying to keep out of sight, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I hope so.
The lights are moving around in a very obvious searching pattern as you see a female drow on the bow on the deck of the ship wearing robes of a cleric of Loth. And as the ship fades into the distance, the dancing lights circling around it, seeming to provide illumination as this drow searches. We're going to go ahead and call it a session right there. When we come back next week, we will be spending our last day on the Darklake and likely arriving at Gracklestuck.